Or the children who may not believe in God and see this in their classroom, or parents who are upset that they may be in their child's classroom, what should they do?
There's a lot of crazy stuff happening in our country, but I get excited when I hear about stuff like this. Check it out.
Parents are upset already. The lawsuits are being filed. They don't want the 10 Commandments in their kids' classroom. And here's what the governor of Louisiana has to say.
Or the children who may not believe in God and see this in their classroom, or parents who are upset that they may be in their child's classroom, what should they do?
Well, here's what I would say. I think we've forgotten in this country that democracy actually means majority rules. For some kind of way over the last 2 decades or so, for whatever reason, our government has flipped the script, or the people believe that we flipped the script. When you elect people, you elect them by a majority. That majority gets to rule. That does not mean that if you don't like something, you have a right to impose that which the majority likes. And so what I would say to those parents is that if those posters in school and they find them so vulgar, tell the child not to look at it.
I wonder why parents would rather a drag queen reading to their children than have the 10 Commandments in their schoolrooms. Commandments such as don't murder, don't steal, don't lie, don't commit adultery. I find it very interesting that our society has just gone so haywire that we'd rather this over this. But guys, this is what the Lord told us in the scriptures would happen. This is the Bible happening today. People would choose the darkness over the light. They would choose the sin rather than that which is good. And guys, I like what he said. And it's also kind of a double-edged sword in many ways, because he's saying that the majority rules, right? So what happens when the majority wants to legalize the Bible, when the majority wants to legalize any talk about God, when the majority legalizes Christians meeting together to pray and to worship? Majority rules, right? Double-edged sword, y'all. But here's the thing. Regardless of what country you're in, what government you're under, whoever the majority is, Jesus Christ is on the throne. And it's up to us to represent him to the world. And not only that, but to follow his direction. All right? God has his people in government. God has his people in the school system. Man, when I hear about Christians leaving the school system, that's exactly what the devil wants. Think about it. You get who's training our children? Well, my wife is training our children, right? We just have PE outside with the children, right? But what about the majority of children in our nation and even the world? Who is actually raising these kids? They're being fed by these teachers all day, almost every day. So y'all, I really encourage you guys. The Lord will lead you. We have made certain decisions that required faith. When my wife chose to step down from nursing, I was just really beginning my company. She was the breadwinner while I was doing Uber, trying to build my GodSounds company, right? And she felt to leave nursing, to leave that career by faith. And guys, I'm telling you, when she did that, I knew financially we wouldn't be able to pay the bills because we just lost the majority of our income. But I also knew that this was right, that it's right for my wife to raise our children, to teach them and to be with them in the home. This was right. And you know what happened? God provided. God made a way for my company to grow. When my wife chose to do that, when I agreed, and now she's homeschooling our children. So I want to encourage you. You may think, I could never do that. I couldn't homeschool, right? My money and the bills. Guys, God loves your children more than you do. And he may call some children, some parents to have their children in the school system, right? We got to follow his voice. But at the same time, it's our responsibility to lead these children. And if these schools are going to teach some anti-God stuff and try to brainwash our children to believe crazy lies, who am I to then feed my children to the lions of this woke system? And not all schools are like that, obviously. I'm hearing great stuff about schools in different parts of the country. It's not all schools. But if that's the only option, I believe the Lord will lead you and guide you. So follow him. And think about the children, think about the Lord, and think about what you're going to have to deal with later if you let these children get indoctrinated by lies. God bless you.